I never thought I'd actually be making this video, but I have an opinion and I want to share it, and this is the best way to share it. Firstly, there's been a lot of talk, at least recently again, about certain big streaming personalities and them being hypocritical, right? And there is this whole idea that Ninja being good to his fans is only because he wants money and only because his stream is for kids and that he wants more kids to watch him, and that's why he doesn't swear. You have to realize is really think about this, okay? Even though you might have been toxic in the past as a young adult, as many people are, and they do change, I used to be a lot more toxic because I was a teenager. I thought I was a edgy teenager, and that's who I wanted to be. So let's say you start getting a lot of YouTube views, a lot of Twitch views. You then are doing your thing, you're having fun, you're tossing out words like darn and heck and gosh dang it, and you're not thinking anything of it, right? So let's say you start getting massive success and you show up to one of your events and it's all children, all of them. Now, I'm not saying Ninja's audience is all children because that's not true, but if a majority of them are children, then I can understand what he's saying. This is like telling a kindergartner teacher the fact that they don't use any swear words in the classroom, that they're just doing it for money, and even though they do use the words outside of the classroom, that they should be using it inside because they're not being real. Regardless of the fact if someone was toxic before, screaming at people, being cringy, I can understand that. You know, you do what you try to do to get your audience, and you try out what you think other people are doing, and it works. Now, a lot of the criticism for Ninja's cringiness can be boiled down to the fact that, well, it does work. It's what gets kids interested. It's what keeps them watching. Now, when you start saying things like he's only doing it for the money, he's only doing it for whatever, you have to realize that these streamers, it is their job. It is their money, right? Like, if I went to my work and I started swearing up a storm, I probably would be fired, right? And that's because there's a place and a time for everything, and when you know that you're in a place you shouldn't be doing that, then you just don't do it. Now, I definitely was not a bully in high school, but I definitely think that a lot of the people who had reasons for doing the bullying. A lot of them were just shitty people, right? But shitty people can become not shitty people through experience and through time. To put this mash of a video together, I really think that Ninja's not in the wrong for wanting to be a little bit more wholesome and not as toxic. There's definitely a lot of reasons why someone wouldn't want to do that, and I don't blame him at all. I mean, there's a few things that I don't agree with Ninja on, but I mean, at least from what he says in his streams, I don't know him personally yet. It just comes down to the fact that imagine if you're surrounded by children, like at a birthday party, you're not going to be swearing out words all the time. Like, you're not going to be swearing so much. I really don't understand why this is such a big deal. A lot of people say you should just do what you want to do. It's the parent's job to actually tell their kid what they should and shouldn't say, regardless of what they say online. And maybe it's because I'm getting older and I'm starting to realize these things, but even though it's the parents' responsibility to parent their kids, I mean, if you're in front of that kid, you have to realize that you are impressionable, or they are impressionable for you. If I started making it big on streaming and I went to an event, my very first event, and it turned out to be all like under 10 years old or under 11 years old, then I might reconsider some of the stuff that I say on stream. And I don't think that that makes me a hypocrite. I just think that that makes me a responsible adult. So don't hold people against their past mistakes. Don't forget them either, because they did make them. But just remember that as you're growing up, sometimes you do stupid stuff because when you're young, you're stupid.